Life is a wonderful subject. Life is a miracle. Whether it is you or me or anyone, or you see the various aspects of creation, it's just a miracle, nothing else. You call it as nature, you call it as universal consciousness, you call it as God, you call it as Bhagavan, you call it by any name. Whatever is responsible for our existence today in this world is more intelligent. It is very intelligent. So many species, they say some 84 lakh species. Life is meant to be lived live, moment to moment. There is no point in thinking about the past because it is already over, and there is no point thinking about the future. Because future nobody knows, it is mysterious. No one knows how the future will be, what the future will be, no one knows. Nobody can predict the future. So what is available today, this moment I am with you, I am talking to you, this is the moment which is true. Always we think that life is past, present, future. No. Life is only present. To realize that it is only present is a gift. That is why it is called present. You are gifted if you can realize that life is today, life is now here at this point of time. You can't live this moment fearing about the future. Future, anything can happen. Only a courageous person can live moment to moment. Yes, of course. There are people who are scared how the future will be. So they are always bothered about the future. Especially nowadays generation. They plan for the future. How can you plan for an indefinite future? It's not possible. It's not going to fall in its place. Because it is very rapidly changing at every point of time. At any moment, the life keeps changing. It is totally uncertain. At best, you can live moment to moment. It is not possible to live a life thinking about future. In future, anything can happen. Anything can happen. It can be a happy moment, it can be a sad moment, it can be a courageous moment, it can be a moment of cowardice. A very courageous person lives moment to moment and accepts the truth. You can plan so many things. People talk. Nowadays kids, before marriage, they plan so many things. They talk. They have to talk. They will keep on talking. They will keep on talking. There is no logical end to that talking. They keep on talking for years. A girl was telling me after about 5-6 years, she said, Guruji, I am still trying to understand him. How can you understand him? You cannot understand yourself. Where is the question of understanding? You yourself will change every moment. You are not static, you are dynamic. How will you understand another person? You cannot understand your own moments. Your own things are going to change. Your own things will go on changing in tune with the changes that are happening day to day. Every moment. When things are changing, you will also change. Change is the only permanent thing in life, and it can happen at every moment in life. It can happen. It can go on happening. So, in an ever changing life, how is it possible to plan? What is it you can plan? What is it you can achieve? You have to seriously think about it. Yes. When you live moment to moment, you will be very happy. If you keep on thinking about the past, you will not be happy. If you keep on thinking about the future, you are certainly not going to be happy. Future is not going to be as per your plan. It will change. A person must be very courageous to live moment to moment, not thinking about the future. Life expects you to be courageous. Gautam Buddha used to live moment to moment. He never thought about the future. He lived only moment to moment. He was extremely happy. Of course, in Buddha's life, when Rahula was born, at midnight he left. He left his wife and he went away. After about 10-12 years, he attained something called enlightenment. Nobody knows what it is. Then he came back. The first thing he did was he went back to the palace to see his wife and his kid. Yashodhara asked, "Why did you leave us at midnight? We were really worried. We didn't know where you were gone, what you were going to do. We searched for you everywhere, but you were not to be found." Buddha was just smiling and standing. He didn't reply her. Yashodhara asked one very beautiful question. Whatever you have now achieved in these 10-12 years, you couldn't have achieved by being here itself with your family. You have to run away from the family for that. Buddha just smiled. He did not say no. Whenever it is truth, you just smile. When it is false, you will say no. That's the beauty of life. Buddha knew he could have lived moment to moment with his wife in the palace, and he could have achieved what he wanted to achieve. There was no necessity for him to go away. There was no necessity. Yashodhara then said, "Your face is now glowing with something else which I have not seen when I had married you." Ultimately, she and Rahula became his disciples. They started spreading his message. You can be where you are and live moment to moment. That is enough. I can sit at Hyderabad and keep thinking about Himalayas. I can go to Himalayas and keep thinking about Hyderabad. There is no necessity to go to Himalayas. You can sit at Hyderabad, think about Himalayas, wonder the Himalayas, wonder the nature. Everything you can meditate by sitting in one place. Just living moment to moment. It will be a very meditative moment. When you live moment to moment, it will be very meditative. There is nothing more than that. So life is moment to moment, and life is more in the present. Life is not in the past because it is already dead. Life is not in the future Because it is uncertain. Life is only in the present. Life is here, today, now. Too much of planning will not work. Nothing. It's a very dynamic life. It keeps on changing. It is going to throw more challenges to you. All your programming will not be possible. Life is not like a computer system where you just type in a few things, logic, and you get the result. Life is not like that. Life is organic. Life is not mechanical. Something mechanical, you can always program it. Life is organical. It cannot be programmed. So living moment to moment is the best thing one can do if one was to really enjoy life. Thinking too much about the future or dwelling time in the past is of no use. It's not going to be of any use. Try to understand this. So if you want to really enjoy life, you must program yourself to live moment to moment, not programming for the future. It's not possible. Recently, they just through some telescope, they could find out what happened about 15 billion years back. They could see the galaxies dancing. As your advancement in science happens, the mystery into life and mystery into nature also expands. When this expands in arithmetical progression, the mystery into nature expands in geometrical progression. There is no end to the mystery at all. If you unravel one, you will have 10 things to unravel. It's a challenge that the nature poses to humans. But what to do? Humans are very egoistic. In programming language, they say higher level language, lower level language. You see the lower level language, you cannot understand. If you see the programming coding sheets, it will all be in zeros and ones. They call it a systems programming. It is more closer to the machine system. The machine can understand only bits and bytes. There is a programmer called systems programmer who writes the operating system and all such things. He will write all that in zeros and ones. For him, his life is purely zeros and ones. The application programmer doesn't know all that. The application programmer knows only very sophisticated language. And that you call it as higher language. What you cannot understand is called lower language. What you can understand is called higher language. See the hypocrisy of humans. The ego in us makes us to say that no, higher language is something what I can understand. When I cannot understand, it is lower level language. Suppose a cow comes outside your house and says, "Ma," immediately you think it needs a banana. No, it comes to convey something. We do not know what it is. You cannot understand its language. None of us can understand. So we think probably it came for a banana. And you give a banana, it eats the banana and goes away. But what for? Every time it raises its voice, it will be somewhat different. If you hear the modulation, you will know it. It comes with a message. It comes with a message from the nature. We cannot understand that. After all, it's an animal. That's what we think. Ego has probably spoiled us. Some people think they are too much read. They are very great professors. They are very great scientists. They are very great mathematicians. The other day, my boy had gone to the bank. I had asked him to send an RTGS to somebody, so I had just sent him. It seems there was a big fight there. Some retired official of the bank had come to the bank and he was shouting. Even after retirement, his ego has gone to that extent. He is shouting. All are pleading with him. Sir, kindly excuse us. We have committed a mistake. Please excuse us. He says, now you will hear from the topmost official. Somebody will call you today evening. He is threatening them. His ego, even after retirement, he is not prepared to drop that qualification, drop that position, whatever he was. Our ego. In life, we can be more simple, but we make it very complicated. We enjoy making it complicated. We carry that qualification everywhere. Even in the marriage invitation, he is already retired. He puts retired general manager of so-and-so company. Retired. Already they were tired of you and they have retired you. Still you are carrying that? Is it necessary? Even after retirement, can you not drop all those things and be a normal person of today? No. Even after retirement, you need your qualifications. You are a PhD, passed with high difficulty. That has to be there. It has to be mentioned. At every place you will say, I am a doctor. I am a doctorate. Somehow, life is very simple, but we enjoy making it more complicated. Live life, live this moment, live today. See you some other day. Thank you.